James, a comeback victory, lots of time in players' legs. Were you pleased with what you saw today?
Yeah, in general, yeah. I think we were a little bit impatient in the first half. I want the lads to close down because it's pre-season. But the defenders defended a little bit too deep, which created huge gaps between defence and midfield, and they were picking us off. And we spent most of the first half, 25 minutes of it anyway, chasing around. And when it clicked in the lads' heads, and we told them that to squeeze up and squeeze the gap between defence and midfield, I don't think we had a problem. I wanted to just see if they could notice that themselves and spot the problem. As I say, it took them 25 minutes, but they did it, and then we didn't have a problem, and it was much easier for us. I think the goal against was a mislining up of the wall, which can be addressed. I don't have a huge issue with that. The time to make mistakes is in pre-season. We've been through that in the dressing room. There's no problem. But I thought we were just chasing around a little bit too much, and then when we did regain possession, we were giving it back to them too easily. And as a player, you always enjoy being in possession of the ball, even if you're running around. What you don't like is chasing the ball because you feel double tired. So we said something, a few words at half time. Even though it is a pre-season game and the lads are still in that conditioning phase that I keep talking about, they still want to go through games and not make mistakes. I'm not too worried about mistakes that are being made. There's not too many, but we can address them and put them right. And then the second half, when the other lads came on, there was a little bit more dynamism. They were a lot more patient in midfield, and the gaps and the spaces were better. Even though we were playing three at the back with a four in the middle, with one narrow being Josh, and three up front did very well when they came on. I was particularly pleased with Marcus. He's a young lad. He's got huge potential, and he's got a bright future in the game. He needs to learn to use his assets, which is his strength, his pace, and his endeavour. He's got a big heart, a bit like myself in my younger days, and he's got to try and nail down or be in contention for a first team spot. And he keeps performing like that, and I don't see it being a problem.
With somebody like Marcus Carver, can you just stick your arm around him and say, look, I used to do this and I started doing that, and look where it took me?
Well, I don't think I'll make any comparisons to myself or anything like that. I just think he's his own man. He's a man now. He's in a man's sport. He's not a boy anymore. He's training with the first team squad, and as I said to him all the time, he needs to use his attributes and use them well. He's certainly got a few, so it's there for the taking. As I've said, any of the players that are performing well in training and playing well will get a chance in the team, and he's certainly done himself no harm today.
We talked the other night just finally about the decisions you've got to make, how tough it is distinguishing between the players that you want to keep, the ones that you perhaps have to let go. Does every game actually make it more difficult because these lads keep catching the eye and keep doing well?
Yeah, and I'll invite the ones to stay with us, and like you say, if they keep performing like that, it's going to be more and more difficult for myself and the staff to either say all the best really. But that's a decision we'll have to sit down and talk about. It's not going to be easy, and it'll all be for the benefit of Altrincham Stanley Football Club and for our team. They've certainly come in and given a great account of themselves. They're all, nice young lads, and they're all well mannered, very respectful. But as you've seen today, they can do a lot of talking on the pitch.
Do you anticipate having the same group of players for Wednesday night, or is there anything likely to happen between now and then?
I can't tell you that, Dan. I don't know. The honest answer is, without speaking to Paul and assessing where we are as a squad, then I can't honestly answer that question.
And more meant, is there any likelihood of anybody being added that we haven't already seen?
I don't know the answer to that either. You're asking me some very good questions. Yeah. I don't. Well, the honest answer is I don't know.
Okay,
there is a few more people. As I said to you, there's people phoning me all the time asking to come in, and as you know, we can't cater for 30 lads to train with us. Unfortunately, as much as I'd like to have a look at every single player that's out of contract in the country, the ones that I think would benefit the squad and the club, it's just physically impossible. And we've got the lads that are here at the moment training with us. I hate using the word trialist. As I said, they've been impeccably behaved, and decisions will have to be made, unfortunately. But that's the game we're in.